Alright, we're back with more of Avernum 4 Greed and Glory. Let's go ahead and continue here with the Let's Play. Okay, so we're still exploring the area of the goblins. And what'd you know it? We still have way more goblins to fight, but, you know, it is what it is at this point. Can't change it. In fact, let's go over into this section here and kind of lure them over to us. Oh, that might actually bring them all, like, over here, then. Yeah, I do not want them attacking Sabrina right now. Dagnabbit. Alright. So let's try to kill these ones fast. Or as fast as we can anyway, and then... let's make sure Sabrina is healed up, and then we'll do this. Oh, you are pumped for that. Ah, freaking slow down. Should have known that would happen. Get your butt over here. Oh yeah, I forgot I have protection now. Okay, fortunately this is not nearly as overwhelming as if we took on this whole area like earlier. Did we really just clear out the goblins? We're at the gate here already. Okay, good. Kill them. Alright. Like I normally do, we're going to split up the javelins between our... Okay, so first aid is kind of low, so I'm not surprised we're only healing by a little bit here. Alright, but my next level up, I think I'm going to go ahead and level endurance here. And also, I should go ahead and work on these, yeah. Like some of this stuff down here. But yeah, we got quite into it. And I know I did express, like, a little bit of frustration earlier with being invested in, like, so many, like, combat, put in many combat scenarios, but I do still very much am enjoying this game. So it's nothing against the game itself, it's just the whole situation of being, like, swarmed that has caught me off guard, like, tremendously. Okay, yeah, so we did take out the by the gate already. But anyway, I am guessing, though, that, once you kill, like, a major boss of an area, then the numbers or the respawning of, like, more goblins will dwindle down, like, significantly. Okay, good. Back in Fort Remote. Okay, I just got protection. Alright, so let's go ahead and get War Blessing. So at least have that. And for more spells, I'm going to have to... I'm just going to have to get to, like, later parts of the game. Could make sure we wipe those out. Soldiers don't die out here very often. Goblins are annoying and tenacious, but they're not very dangerous. Still, when someone expires, they need to be laid to rest. Most bodies are shipped back to their families, either in the safer caves of Avernum or back to the surface. The unfortunates with no known family are laid to rest here, under a big pile of rocks to keep away the lizards. Alright, giant rat seems nervous, but you were able to calm it. I'm guessing I had enough cave lore for that. Okay, I don't want to go too far to the bridge yet. You find the remains of a small merchant caravan. It wasn't abandoned, it was attacked. There are small dirty footprints on the ground all around it. It looks like a goblin ambush. The wagons were carrying mining supplies. It looks like the attackers carried away everything light and of value. The bulky stuff was left behind. You aren't sure if any of the merchants were killed. There are small blood splatters on the stone, but no large stains and no bodies. As you walk along the riverbank, you hear a long, moist, sucking sound. It comes from the dark, slowly moving water. It takes a moment to see it. A pair of large eyes watched you from 30 feet out. The thing was concealed by the water and very hard to see in the shadows. The thing stares at you for a bit, then a long, thin reptilian form turns to dive. It disappears into the depths. Okay, duly noted. Make sure the crystals are in there. Okay, so yeah, you definitely want cave lore if you don't want to be like in battle like very much constantly. You managed to calm this creature. It stares at you mutely. Oh, okay. You meet an Avernite soldier. She is completely alone out here, keeping watch on this shore. She has a spear on her shoulder. The tip of the weapon has been bent by recent use. She looks you up and down with confusion. "Hello, adventurer," she says. "You're from Fort Monastery, right? I thought we were keeping you lot inside the gates there, where it's safe." Then she shrugs. Well, I'm Scout Destry. Don't mind some company. You're on watch here?" "Yes, just me. They have me out here. I watch the shore. Watch for goblins sneaking north. Just keep watching." "Why are you out here alone?" She looks annoyed. "You think I can't handle it? You think I can't handle a few goblins and bats? That I need 4 big swordsmen backing me up just to handle some vermin?" Destry takes a deep breath and calms down. "Sorry, been alone a while. Hard to talk to people after a while. Where are the goblins coming from?" She points to the west. "Most of them are that way. They have a big nest or warren or something, but goblins will get everywhere if you don't stop them. Do you have a safe place to sleep?" "Of course. A little building by the river set up for me. It's safe enough. Wish they'd give me a door, though. Something I can lock. You also watch the river?" She looks out at the water and shudders. "Part of my job. Sometimes Nephilim and brigands try to slip by on little rafts, looking for a place to raid. But lately, I've been seeing things in the water. Long, reptilian. I thought I was going cave mad at first. Now I'm sure they're out there." She nods at her stone dock. "I had my own little raft here once. One morning I woke up to the sound of crunching. I came out, and it was gone. Have you reported this?" "I plan to if my relief ever arrives. My replacement is weeks late." A long, tired sigh. "Probably getting drunk in Fort Draco and still laughing." Destry chats with you. Her speech is awkward and uncomfortable. After all her time alone out here, she's having a hard time adjusting to conversation. She's very jumpy. Whenever there is a sound from the river, she turns and points her bent spear at it. "That's a nice spear." She pats it with her hand. "Nice work, isn't it? Darman work. You can count on it." "Where is Darman?" "Oh, as far away as you can get and still be in proper Avernum. A long way south and a long way west in the Great Cave. It's where all the best weapon and armor smiths in Avernum are. No question. Are you from Darman?" "Nope. 5th generation Almeria. That's where my family has been for a long time. since the first of us got thrown down here. Would you be interested in selling your spear? Of course I wouldn't. Don't be dense. See anything interesting on your patrols? Not really. Not much. After I spitted my first few goblins, they learned not to bother me. She thinks. Actually, I did find something interesting. It was in a pile of old bones. What did you find? A belt. Thin leather. The sort of thing mages wear around their robes. Nice piece of work. No use to me, but I sell it to you. 200 coins. What do you need the money for? She laughs. What does anyone need money for? I want to run a nice mushroom farm someday. Land isn't free, even down here. Spoils of war are the true reward for a loyal soldier of Avernum. Can I see the belt? She pulls out her pouch and shows it to you. It is the belt of a promising apprentice, black leather and marked with runes. Nice workmanship. Can you charge me any less? I don't have much money. Sorry, I'm not generally paid well. Sorry, not interested. Alright, oh well. Okay, I wasn't planning on selling anything until I got the negotiator trait for each of my characters, but I am curious about that. Alright, let's go ahead and sell all the junk here. Okay, that gives me a good amount of coins. Alright, nothing has changed with the crier. Let's go ahead and sell him our iron. Let's go ahead and improve protection since we didn't find a spell book for it. So I have a boost to that. Now, I'm very curious about this belt, so let's go ahead and buy it from Destry. I'll take it. She takes the coins, counts them, and pulls the belt out of her pouch. Here you go. She hands it to you. Hope it works better for you than its previous owner. Okay. Where's it at? Girdle of Insight. That gives a boost to intelligence. Yeah, let's make sure we equip it on our sorceress here. Okay, back to Goblin Lands over here. I feel a little bit bad stealing from her, but you can get away with it if you can. Okay, let me see something here. Okay, I'm surprised I actually did that on the first go. I was about to say if I failed it, then I could just... Don't already have an ash bow, cavewood longbow. I mean, I don't have an archer, so not that it matters really, but yeah, I'll go ahead and put that. Do another healing potion. So yeah, I'm actually surprised I got that on like the first try with the lockpick without having to reload it. Oh, okay. There is a man sitting by this hole in the ground. He is protected by a chain shirt and a reliable broadsword, but he's not a soldier. His armor is far too filthy, as is the rest of him. He has a pale, sickly look of a native Avernite. When he sees that you don't mean immediate harm, he waves you closer. Hello there. It's nice to have some company out here. I'm Cinderbrand. You notice that he keeps close watch on the stained leather satchel on the ground next to him. What are you doing out here? I'm a hunter, a collector. I look for bits of things. Crystals and alchemical herbs. Stuff to take back and sell. Back to where? Fort Monastery or Grindstone. Depends on what I have to sell. Crystals, I take to Grindstone. He points to the southwest. Magic samples, on the other hand, I usually sell to Lark. He points back to Fort Monastery. Who do you sell to? Mostly wizards and people who take the stuff back to the surface and sell to wizards. crystals for focusing, bits of slimy monsters to go in their potions, rare lichen to make ink for their scrolls, and so on. Disgusting work and dangerous, but the pay is good. Sounds interesting. Anywhere around here I could do some hunting? He frowns. I'll pardon you because you must not know, but it's real rude to ask a hunter where he hunts. We don't care for poachers. I'm no poacher. I came out here to begin a glorious career. Yes, from the surface, from the look of you, looking to take the wealth of the underworld, I imagine. He sighs. Still, we all came from somewhere. Cinderbrand makes awkward conversation glad to have company. He doesn't entirely trust you. He always keeps close watch on his satchel. He also frequently looks at the nearby hole in the ground. Anything you can tell me about this area? Well, it's dangerous. Nephilim to the north, goblins everywhere else. Hostile Nephilim? Yep, the savage kind. Not the friendly sort you usually meet these days. Last I heard, they corked up the road to Fort Draco. Some soldiers are going to have to go up there and clear things out, I bet. Any friendly towns? Well, you know about Fort Monastery, I'm sure. Only other friendly sorts out here are in Grindstone, little mining colony to the southwest. Why are you out here? Have you heard about the sovereignties? He has no idea what you are talking about. You explain how all explorers are ordered by the crown to hide in the forts until some treaty is signed. He laughs. Thanks for the warning. Now I know to avoid the towns. It's better for business to not know about this. Cease. Tell me about that hole. Bah! He spits. It's where I was going to get the last thing on Lark's list. The head of a hellhound. The beast is down in that pit, but it's backed into a little cave and the ceiling is low. I'm not sure I can take it down by myself. So I've been sitting here trying to figure out what to do. What is a hellhound? Big, magically warped dog, unknown on the surface. Unholy hybrid of a wolf and something I don't want to know about. Many parts of the head are useful for scroll inks. Vicious, nasty, and always hungry. They make poor pets. You don't think you can kill it? I'm almost sure I could kill it, but trust me, if you want to live to old age, don't do anything you're only almost sure you can survive. Maybe I could help you kill it? For pay? He looks you over. Well, you look tough enough. Sure, you follow me down. If we kill it, I get the head and you get anything else. Agreed? Alright, let's do it. Cinderbrand nods. Excellent, my new ally. Follow me down and I'll show you where its lair is. Don't keep me waiting. He grabs his pack, walks over to the hole, and climbs down. Cinderbrand is down here waiting for you. Alright, follow me. Stay close. If I get hurt, I wouldn't mind if you healed me. You can heal and bless people on your side. Select Cinderbrand to target him with the healing spell. Cinderbrand walks down the tunnels to southeast. There is a faint smell of brimstone in the air, not unusual. Also a good signal that you should be alert. Dang, how much damage did he... Okay, whatever. He did a lot of damage to him pretty badly already. Okay, let's go ahead and heal Cinderbrand then. I have a feeling my fire is going to be useless here, so let's just throw a thrown missile. Cinderbrand nods, taking satisfaction in a job well done. Excellent. Now for my treasure. He pulls out a hatchet and, a short, messy time later, the hellhound's head winds up in his bag. Then he turns to walk out. Before he goes, he says, "Thanks for the help. Hope to see you again on the road. Can often use another sword when hunting this sort of game." Then he leaves, off to find fresh prey. Okay, again, let's give javelins to my spellcasters here. This is magical armor, so we'll give it to her. Also boost her defense. Oh dang, that took a lot out of me right there. Let's go ahead and heal each other up here. explore the rest of this cavern. Okay, cool. Got some claw crystals. Okay, Cinderbrain is gone, so I'll go ahead and take that. Ah, modeled cave bat. Okay, I think this is what I needed for the for Lark that was on the quest board. Or the job board or whatever. Okay, gain 9 of modeled batwing. Okay, getting a decent amount of XP so far. You step out onto a rocky outcropping surrounded by foul, marshy water. There are some rare mosses and lichen on the stone to the south. Might be useful for alchemy. As you trudge through the muck, you hear squeaking from the ceiling above you. A colony of bats is circling down from the ceiling above. Most bats in Avernum are harmless, small, and occasionally delicious. Some species, however, are large and carnivorous, and they hunt in numbers. Isn't this just great? Got a bunch of them attacking me now. Use protection. These. Dang, I lost a turn because of all that. Nice. The full of fire killed him. Finished him off. Oh yeah. If I have enough cave lore, I can search, like, this stuff. Oh, I don't want that. There is a lone ogre foraging in the swamp, looking for food. A leather sack at his belt is full of moss, mud, and slimy creatures wriggling and trying to escape. He is hungry and annoyed, the normal condition of the ogre, yet it doesn't instantly attack you. Instead, he says, "Arr! Puny little creature, I am Cog. This is my swamp. Now I eat you." Suddenly a thought occurs to him. You watch as it rattles back and forth in his head, looking for something to connect to. Unless you pay me to not eat you. With money, you can do that too. Where did you come from, Cog? Cog is perplexed. I will not talk about that, you puny things. Puny things for killing, eating, or talking. No talking. What is in the swamp? Me, I am in swamp. My swamp. Puny things wandering here are food. You had better leave the swamp, ogre, or I'll kill you. Now that you've challenged Cog for his territory, he inspects you closely and considers whether to submit or fight. Such conflicts for mastery are the ogre way. Unfortunately, he decides that you look like an easy fight. Oof, that hurt. Cog level 10. Well, we almost got him dead, so I'm not super worried about him. But dang, that hurt too. And we finished him off. Nice. Chainmail vest. We got that on Dante already. Put it on her. Okay, what's all here? Okay, we got a town up there. Got some more healing herbs. And we got some dire wolves in here. Let's go ahead and finish them off. Oh no, I didn't want to skip the turn, dang it. I meant to just move forward, but I double clicked on him by accident. Nope, let's try that again. Okay, so okay, it's probably not worth it then. If I had a higher tool use, that would be no problem. But let's go ahead and hang on to my lockpicks. Blessed belt. Okay, the one she has is better. Let's give this to Azrael instead. There is a long, flat expanse of cavern to the south. The roof arches high overhead. The luminescent fungus on the ceiling enables you to clearly see the terrain ahead. It would be refreshingly easy travel were it not for all the slime and muck. A long path, worn into the stone by the passing of many wagons, winds down an elevated ridge of floor. The path marks the route from Port Monastery to the north to the settlement of Grindstone to the south. Though the light is too dim to make out many details, there are definitely many small shapes moving in the cold mist. Mostly goblins looking for passing travelers and merchants to harass. They are taking advantage of the sovereign seas to emerge from their pits and cause trouble. that goblin warrior died. Alright, at least when I end combat like that, I don't just randomly step in my own pool of fire. Alright, modeled cave bat. Okay, finish him off quick. I think I need to find... Okay, perfect. Okay, cool. Level 4. Nice. Alright, let's get endurance up, and then we're gonna... Alright, the main thing is just making sure that hardiness is up quite a bit. I do have one skill point left over, so I'm going to save that. Let's go ahead and for another improved dexterity. We're going to have one skill point left over, but that's okay. Alright. Yeah, I definitely needed to boost those up. Let's go ahead and get a little bit more hardiness. Some defense. Quick action, I'm not really... We're going to have one left over, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and do summoning focus here. I know Azrael can summon stuff later, I think. Okay, let me check real quick. Yeah, summon Shade. Okay. When we get that spell, we'll definitely have a boost to it. And summoning focus. I might have some buyer's remorse later on with how I built my characters, but you know what, that's alright. And yeah, we didn't have to go back to town to restore necessarily, because the level up restored for me. You present the wings to Lark. She smiles as she inspects them. Ah, lovely and still fresh. These will do nicely. She hands you a pair of gemstones. I hope this is fair payment for the trouble. Like I said before, every bit helps, so... There is a cave wolf lurking at the back of this cavern. He is a filthy and worn creature, old, thin, and bearing many scars. He served the goblins once. Then he got old, and they turned him out to die. When you get close, he doesn't seem hostile. He edges towards you and whimpers hungrily. The wolf doesn't let you get too close. From what you can see, he isn't horribly wounded or ill. Just old, hungry, and sad. He whimpers and shies away from your touch. You share some of your meat with the wolf. He hungrily gobbles it down. Then he licks his chop and stares up at you adoringly. You seem to have found a friend. The feral fierceness that once served the goblins is now, for a short time, at your disposal. The wolf allows you to pet him. Then, as you leave, he follows. He is an old and nervous creature, but loyal within his limits. You aren't sure how far he will travel with you, and you suspect he will shy away from entering deep, narrow tunnels. He will probably eventually want to return to his lair. Okay, so we got an ally, at least. To be fair, I didn't really need him in any of the combat so far, so... Hey, at least we made a friend, right? He's only level 2, though. I don't want... It's a good thing he'll return back after we go a certain way. You find the entrance to a long abandoned mine. All that is left is a rusty cart, some scree, and a trapdoor. There is a warning sign that visitors have been here recently. There are footprints in the gravel. Huge footprints left by crude, massive boots. Okay, wasn't I here already? Okay, I do know this is Giant Lands, though. Oh, I must just be remembering from, like, a past playthrough. Yeah, I don't want to go down here yet. Orion's hound growls at you when you get too close. It is only friendly to its master. It gets paid for its loyalty with fish. There is a middle-aged man standing by the shore here, calmly fishing in the river. 2 large, pale cavefish are on the stone by his feet, and more are smoking by a fire pit nearby. He is unconcerned about being alone in such remote territory. He has a sword and a mean-looking dog, but that hardly seems like enough to keep him safe. He's no fool, though. When you approach, he rapidly draws his blade and points at you until you calm him down. He sheaths his blade and smiles. Ah, it's not often I get company out here. I'm Orion. I'm not used to conversation, but I'm eager to hear what has been happening out in the world. I'm hungry. Could I buy some fish? Orion is happy to sell you some of his catch, dried, salted, and ready for travel. He also sells fruit from his garden. Aren't you worried about being alone out here? Oh, of course, but I like my solitude, most of the time. Most of what troubles me are the goblins, and I know how to warn them off. The only thing that would really scare me are the giants, and they're well off. This is a good land to find solitude. He nods. I can see you came far to visit our caves. The wandering spirit infects you too. How do you scare the goblins? He points to the totems up and down the river shore. They are decorated with goblin skulls, freshly harvested. I place those. Sends a message. They know enough to leave me be. Where are the giants? He points across the river to the west. I see them sometimes. They're hard to miss. That's Giant Land over there. But there's no bridge over the river. They're scared of swimming and too big and dumb for boats. So they stay over there and I stay over here. How might I get over there? I have no idea. I'm sure there's a way to the other side of this river, but I bet it's a real long hike. What about your boat? I would not advise it. I have been seeing things in the water. Serpents. I only get glimpses. They're nasty looking. I'm staying out on my boat until they move on. Know anything? Orion casts his line out into the water, doing his best to reel in another cavefish. They are pale and slimy, but they are edible. Avernites can't afford to be picky. Know anything interesting about this area? Not really. Nothing you didn't see heading here. Lots of goblins, related pests. He thinks. Actually, there is one thing. What have you seen? Well, there's this tunnel to the south, along the river shore. Before all the goblins were about, there were people that came out to it often from Fort Monastery. I mean, haven't seen them in months, and I've learned better than to poke my nose into dark tunnels. So no idea what's in there. Alright, and we calm some more giant rats down. Not these rats. Okay, got a beautiful crystal from there. Wait, hang on. What does this say? Encumbered at 35 pounds. You know what? Let's go ahead and take the shield off then. He doesn't necessarily need to have it, but... I don't want him to be encumbered either, because that will cost you, like, action points and stuff like that. Okay, there's this stuff over here. A couple of flawed crystals. Wooden shield. Kill all of them. Okay, like I was saying before, I hope I don't have buyer's remorse from investing in, like, traits like these, because I never did, except for, like, the most useful ones for certain characters in, like, the remastered trilogy, because these sound very, very promising. Okay, so I might just... I don't know if there's going to be a retrainer in these games at any point, but I might invest in it if there is. But regardless, I don't feel like starting to... You know what? There actually is a way. Do I really want to do it, though? Okay, it is early on in the game, but... I wonder if I can go ahead and show you all, like... You can use a character, but before you can do this, you need to activate it here. Are you sure you want to turn on the press the cancel button if you want to resist the temptation? Alright, you have activated the character editor. Nearly unlimited power is within your grasp to use the editor. Load your save game. Press Shift D to bring up the cheat code window. Press editor and press return. Increase all your skills without having to worry about a nagging lack of skill points. Okay, let me go ahead and get that music out there. Okay. Let's take off these then. Why don't we invest in Mighty Blows instead? Actually, hang on. Which ones do we have unlocked now? Good health, backstab, nimble fingers, quick learning, more criticals. Yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead and go with Mighty Blows. Sure aim, Deadeye, sure hand. I feel like that might be a waste too. You know what? Let's do it. Let's go with sure hand for now. So yeah, Mighty Blows and sure hand instead. Take off endurance and I guess no, not Deadeye. Yeah, Mighty Blows as well. Not gonna take off the others. Endurance. Go with healing focus. And we'll go with elemental focus. Okay, just making sure I had those on. Yeah, Mighty Blows. Intelligence. Summoning focus, healing focus. Elemental focus, summoning focus. Okay, so yeah, I do feel a little bit bad I use that, but I don't want to have buyer's remorse later on, because these you can increase up by 5, but I feel like later on I might need those for like some other like good stuff here, so yeah, begrudgingly I'm taking those off, but yeah, let's go ahead and invest it in other things. You have discovered testing hall. You enter a wide, dusty chamber at the end of a long passage. It was constructed a few years ago and then abandoned. You aren't sure why. A lot of work went into excavating this place. There is a creature visible in the dim light. It is a tall humanoid form, leaning to the left. It stands there perfectly still. You think it is a person, but its skin has a waxy, unhealthy look. At first, the figure stands perfectly still. When you get close to it, it strains up. Its mouth opens and a rattling gurgle emerges. It says, "Welcome, traveler. If you wish to be tested in battle, please step forward." Testing? What do you mean? The construct recites a speech, no doubt written by the mages who made this place. I am here as part of a program initiated by the Crown of Avernum. I am a test dummy, built to test adventurers and ensure their suitability. The first part of the test was, of course, traveling to this remote place through hostile lands. The second part is a trial of effectiveness in which you must display your ability to do battle efficiently. If you are a merchant, miner, or other non-martial individual, you should depart immediately. So you're not a person? It lets out a long, hissing gurgle. Why was this test graded? The construct responds with the words come out as a wet, incoherent gurgle. I don't want to be tested. Then please depart immediately so as to not unnecessarily drain the finite energy of this construct. The box is locked. You don't have the key and the lock is too complicated to be picked. Okay, maybe this is something we'll have to come back to then. Okay, what is this area then? Okay, so it looks like a couple areas. Well, we're in Giant Lands now, so we might have to come back to both of those. Okay, so I don't have any traits available, so... Okay. Oh, this must be from a, from something added on. Because, yeah, the rest of my characters only have 3. Except for, him. Okay, yeah, so... I just feel it might be better to just invest in, like, some other stuff rather than improved. But that being said, I am going to improve strength for Dante and Nova no matter what. And intelligence, no matter what, for Azrael and Sabrina. But with that in mind, you have reached the settlement of Grindstone. Avernum is full of tiny villages like this. Clumps of crude buildings constructed by brave souls seeking their fortunes. Fear of goblins, or worse, has not kept these people from their chosen goal, trying to get rich. Grindstone is a mining colony built to mine rare crystals. These are traded to the surface for edible food, wood, and other precious products unavailable in Underworld. A good strike can set a miner up for life, a brave miner up for life, if he or she doesn't get eaten first. The settlement has several armed sentries, though not enough to fend off a determined attack. They saw you coming and deemed it safe for you to approach. Miners are mistrustful folk, always afraid that someone will steal their claim. They'll watch you closely while you're in town. Okay, so yeah, I do feel a little bit bad I use the character editor, but I promise I'm not going to use it to cheat. I just wanted to use it there to reinvest. But maybe there is a retrainer in game that can help me out later on if I need to. But anyway, I'm going to make sure the game is saved right here, and I'll see you all in the next part.